Many, many years ago, when the earth was first created, it was created with equality. Everything had an equal side to it. For every mountain that stretched towards the sun, a valley was created to catch the rain. Every creature was created with this same equality. The beaver was given 2 legs and 2 arms, 2 ears, and 2 powerful teeth. The mighty elk was given 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 2 antlers. And the eagle was given 2 legs, 2 strong eyes, and 2 powerful wings. This also included the humans. They too were given 2 of everything. 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, 2 souls, and 2 hearts that shared the same body. For every branch that a tree grew reaching for the sky, another grew holding it deep into the earth's soil. Every living thing they were given light for activity and darkness for rest. The humans were also given hot and cold sides that would have balance within themselves. In balance, the world was perfect. Enough day to live and enough night to rest. Every year had the right amount of summer and winter, of hot and cold. This is what the humans called harmony. Into this harmonious world, a child was born. A child like any other child, with 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hearts, and 2 souls. The right amount of light and dark. The child was like every other child, with only one exception. This particular human's hearts were twice the size of a normal human. Everyone feared for this child. "A heart this big might be dangerous," said one human. "A child may not live long with 2 oversized hearts," cried another. "We must take extra care for this child," said the wisest of them all. And while the child was a baby, everyone did that. They held that baby and they fed that baby and they cared for that baby. Everyone loved that baby and they called that baby Peace. Peace soon grew up, and as it turned out, Peace's 2 oversized hearts made them love twice as hard as others. Peace loved the plants so much that he learned how to plant and help them grow. Before Peace, the plants grew wild and often struggled and strangled each other. But Peace loved each plant, caring for the seed and learning how much water was too much and how much water was too little, what was the right amount of soil, what was the right amount of sunshine to help a plant grow healthy. Peace got really good at taking care of the plant world. Peace would travel all over Turtle Island, finding the exact right place to put the exact right plant, a place where a plant would grow to its fullest. Peace got really good at taking care of the plant world, and so the plants returned the love to Peace, and he was rewarded with all kinds of food, and that made Peace very happy. And Peace shared the food with the other humans, because with a heart twice the size, it's all Peace could do. Now Peace not only cared for the plant life, Peace also loved the animals. He chose to live in a way that would protect the animals, building a home from material that would keep him warm, but not to do any harm to the animals. The pathways that Peace made on his journey were soft so that the animals' feet would not hurt. As they roamed, Peace left very little waste behind him, so the lakes and the rivers were clean so the fish could swim, and the skies were clean for the birds to fly in. Everyone only looked what was needed, and nobody wanted for anything. Everyone was happy and contented. This went on for many years. Peace would travel from one end of Turtle Island to the other, nurturing the plants, taking care of the animals, and communicating with other humans. There was not a soul on Turtle Island that Peace had not touched. One day, Peace was walking, just as spring was ending and summer was beginning. He was checking in on his plants when he noticed something new. He was following a turtle, and that might have slowed his step. A flower, a beautiful flower. Hard to believe that a Peace had not seen it before, because someone with that much love and compassion sees everything. But this tiny plant must have been hiding from Peace. Peace leaned down and looked at the plant. It was so beautiful. Its petals were perfect size, and it leaned just the right way. When the sun hit it, just the right way, it would seem to get more beautiful. Even when the rain would fall, the petals would hold on to the raindrop as if the flower was crying in the most perfect way. Peace was so taken by the plant that it stared at it for a long time, watching it as the world around the flower changed, and the minutes changed into hours, and the hours turned into days, and the days into months. Now, Peace spent all their time watching this one flower grow. Unfortunately, without Peace's care for the other plants, they suffered. Some plants faded away from too much sun. Some went thirsty without water. The plants called to Peace for help, but Peace was too focused on this one beautiful flower. Now, you wouldn't think a tiny flower would be a big problem, but when it comes to someone with two oversized hearts, it was. Half a Peace wanted to stay with the flower, to watch it, to not leave its side, but the other half could hear the other plants calling out to it. He knew that the other plants needed their help. But the flower was so beautiful, how could they leave them? And how could Peace just abandon the other plants? With two great hearts in one body that loved as great as they did, neither side of Peace's heart would give in. The battle went for months and months, and now the body can only take so much before it breaks, and Peace was no different than any other. It started with a tiny tear that happened at the top of Peace's head, but that didn't stop the fight. And the rip continued down Peace's face, but that didn't end the battle, all the way down to Peace's feet, splitting the two beings into half. Because the two sides of Peace were pulling in two different directions so hard at once, the two sides of Peace were thrown in two directions. One heart in one direction and the other in the other direction. One side light, the other side dark. One warm, the other side cold. And they were thrown as far away from each other as possible. And the world suffered because of this great war. While two hearts may disagree, and a fight doesn't mean they don't continue to love, this was the case for the two parts of Peace. Peace wanted to reconnect with the other side of themselves. So they started to wander around Turtle Island looking for their other half. While the two sides looked for each other, they got back to taking care of the world around them. The animals and the plants and the other humans were again living with peace in harmony. But the plants and the animals feared that if the two sides got back together, they would fight. So they kept them apart, except for one day when the light and the dark can see each other. That day is the summer equinox. Today, the two sides of Peace come together, and there is more love than any other day. Tomorrow, when the two sides of Peace wake, they will not be together. They again will begin to look for each other. But today, they are together in one big piece, not in pieces. And what of the flower that caused Peace to war with themselves? Well, the creatures worried that the flower's beauty was too much for any creature to take. So they all decided that the little flower would wear a coat of thorns to keep the human from getting lost in its beauty. So, what does this all mean? Well, for every one of you out there, there is another you that is your perfect opposite. And we may spend our whole life walking Turtle Island searching for our other side. Or maybe you found your other side. That light to your dark, or that hot to your cold. So tonight, go with peace and take care of each other like you have two oversized